What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of The Adam Kennedy Show with your boy, your host, aka The Ref. How is everybody doing out there? I hope everybody is having an enjoyable weekend so far. If you're listening to this, it is Saturday when it is dropping. Recorded on Friday, so happy Red Friday. Happy, I guess, Taylor Swift Day too, because her new album dropped, Life of a Showgirl. I haven't got a chance to listen to it yet. I've just been busy, but we will play it in the car and listen to it. We're gonna listen to it because we got some Swifties in the house. So we are here. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Per usual, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Like I said, currently we're doing audio versions of the Adam Kennedy Show. It's just easier right now, just until I can have more time, because it takes a lot of time to edit the videos. Audio is a little bit quicker, so it would be with the thumbnail showing on the video, audio version. So if you have like YouTube Music, you can just put it in the background. You don't even have to open up the YouTube page. You can put it on YouTube Music if you got YouTube Music app, and just put your phone and listen. You don't have to watch the video. You can just hear. So it's for that. I mean, everybody's got video podcasts. I'm just, for right now, until I can get some more time, because I'm very busy, we're doing the audio podcast. But I really do appreciate you tuning in. We're going to get it today. I know it's been a while. Like I said, I've been busy. I got football practice, I got school, I got the real estate stuff, I got everything. So just finding this time to make it work. We here. Listen, we're going to be consistent with this. And like I said, since it's football season, it's probably going to be a lot of football talk. We'll get some other stuff in there, but a lot of it's going to be football talk, mostly Chiefs talk. Like I said, I think that last episode, if you didn't get a chance to check it out, is what the Chiefs need to do in the first 4 games of the season. And now we are here. The first quarter of the season's over. We're going into game 5. As it currently stands, the Chiefs are sitting at 2-2. But if we want to keep it real, I think they're just like 3-4 plays away from being 4-0. 4-0. I really truly believe that. So today, we are breaking down the first quarter of the season, because we just finished the first 4 games. Like I told you before, break the season down into quarters. I know there's 17 games, and that's not even. There used to be 16 games. You could break it down into 4 quarters, but I still break it down into, like, if you want to call it sections. No, we're gonna break it down into quarters. It's just that last quarter is gonna have a 5th game, right? 4, 4, 4, 5. That's how I break it down into the season. We just look at the next 4, and then the next 4, and then the next, I guess, would be 5. But you know how I mean. You know how I do. But we're breaking down the first 4 games of the season, how the offense finally started clicking against the Baltimore Ravens, how the defense is continuing to be lights out. And yes, we got to talk about Harrison Butker and these missed kicks. So let's get into it. Man, like I said, I like to break down the season into quarters. Maybe we call it something else. We call it segments, sections. We can call it different points of the season. Like, here's the first part of the season. Here's the second part. Here's the third and the fourth part. So here's the first part of the season. If you don't want quarters, since it's not an even number of games, like 16, you can really broken down into quarters. But we have 17 games. So we'll call it the first part of the season, right? It's the first 4 games. The first 4, the next 4, the next 4 after that, and then the final stretch of 5 is the last part of the season, right? But like I said, there's 17 games. It's not 16, but this still works. It still works. You just got to stay with me, right? So the first 2 games, the Chiefs went 0-2. People were panicking. Network people, I don't know if so much fan. I mean, I wasn't really listening to a lot of, ESPN and Fox Sports 1 and all the national people. I listened to the local talk, 96.5, the FM, the fan on on FM. I listen to a lot of local radio, so I don't really listen to the national media. If anything, I'm listening to Nick Wright because he's a homer. Of course I'm going to listen to him because he keeps it real. I mean, people don't like him, but I still like him. I've been listening to Nick Wright since he was on before 96.5. The fan used to be 610. He was on like the late night show. So I've kind of followed his career, and seeing him on Fox Sports 1 is great, and he has his own show. But like, people were panicking. I think there were some fans panicking here locally as well, but I wasn't one of those people. I really wasn't. Like, I wasn't sitting here and be like, oh, what's going on? We're 0-2. I just think like the first 4 games, you got to go 3-1, 4-0. At worst, 2 is the benchmark. I mean, 2-2, you don't want to go lower than 2-2. 2-2. You don't want to go 1-3 or 0-4 because you're really in a hole. So they lost the first 2 games. I'm like, okay, but if I go back, if you really look at it, I was like, listen, a few things here, a few things happen here, and we could be talking about a 2-0 start, right? Because I think they were that close. A couple plays here in that game, a couple plays here in the next game, and you're talking about a team that could be starting 2-0. Even with Xavier Worthy going down in the first 3 plays of the Chargers game when they played in Brazil to open the season, right? But then, they don't beat the Chargers. Okay, cool. We got the Eagles at home, home opener. It was a close game until the interception. And then that's when everything turned, right? But then we got the Giants, who played tough. Not pretty, but a win is a win in the NFL. A win is a win. And then finally, against the Ravens this past Sunday, they look like the team we've been waiting to see. All 3 phases, offense, the defense, the special teams. Special teams is returning kicks like no other. Minus the miss kicked, it was all clicking, right? So we sit here at 2-2. Are the Chiefs where they want to be? Not exactly, but are they in a hole? No, they're not. They started off at 0-2. I didn't panic. I was like, I know what they're going to do. Like, eventually, they're going to get healthy. Worthy going to come back. Eventually, Rice is going to come back. And what I saw on Sunday when Rice gets back, if they continue that this Monday night against Jacksonville, the league is cooked, right? Because this past weekend, on Sunday, the Raiders lost. The Chargers lost. Denver won on Monday night. That's fine, right? But the Chargers lost to the team we just beat the previous week. That we had to travel to MetLife. We won. The Chargers had to travel to MetLife, and they lost. The Raiders lost. The Raiders would be the Raiders. But the Chargers, you just can't. The Chargers can't be consistent. They're not dependable. Yeah, they'll have some good games. They'll play, but the Chargers go and always do Chargers things. So moving forward, the Kansas City Chiefs are right where they want to be right now with everything that's happened. They are in control of their own destiny moving forward. I would just say like this. There's no need to worry about what other teams are doing. Just worry about what you can do. Worry about your next game, which is this Monday night against the Jacksonville Jaguars. You can't worry about what every other team is doing. You can't worry about what the Bills are doing. You can't worry about what the Chargers or the Raiders or the Broncos, because eventually you still got to play the Chargers one more time. So there's that. You still got the Broncos twice. And you still got the Raiders twice. You got the Raiders coming up, I want to say in the next couple weeks, because it's Jacksonville this week. And then it's Sunday Night Football against the Lions. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a tough game, but very exciting. And then after that, you got the Raiders. And then you're back on Monday Night Football against the Washington Commanders. Those are the next 4 games. So take it one game at a time. We control our destiny. You can't worry about what other teams are doing. Because like I said, you still got to play the rest of your division. We still played the Bills. So we still can get that matchup, right? We can still get that head-to-head matchup. And we can still get the head-to-head against the Chargers. Because if it comes down to it, let's say the Chiefs beat the Chargers when they play them a second time, and we get to the end of the season, and the Chiefs and the Chargers have the same record. Let's say we beat everybody else head-to-head, but they hit that one game against the Giants. Chargers lost. Chiefs move up, they win the division, right? Something like that, right? We're 1-1 head-to-head, tied. Maybe we got the same amount of division wins, and we got the same amount of overall wins, but then they look at head-to-head. That Giants game, that could be a deciding factor. I know there's a game early on, but that could come back and haunt the Chargers. If we keep pushing and we get, 13, 14 wins, and we just go on a run, hey, I still expect the Chiefs to win the AFC West. I really do expect it to run through Arrowhead for the AFC. I really do. Still a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? So now we got to talk about the offense, because that was the biggest story early on. The first 2 weeks, and we got to put it in some perspective too. The first game, Xavier Worthy gets hurt, done for the rest of the game. Got injured his shoulder, dislocated it, right? Dislocated shoulder. He's out 3 plays into the game. The offense just looked off that whole entire time in the first half, because you gotta understand that their offensive game plan for that game was definitely built around Xavier Worthy. But then they came out in the second half and they started moving the ball. Was it what we saw this past Sunday? No. but they were starting to move the ball, and they had a chance to win that game. If they were able to get the ball back after that 3rd and 14, I feel they would have gone down and scored and won the game, right? And then in the Eagles game, still some of the same stuff. They were moving the ball. They were moving the ball. Like, we can't just sit here and say they weren't moving the ball. They just didn't have the explosive plays. Like you saw this past Sunday against the Ravens when you had Worthy back, you saw the explosiveness, right? But you had some people stepping up. You had Tyquan Thornton stepping up. You had Juju Smith-Schuster, who's like found the fucking fountain of youth. You got Hollywood Brown in there making plays. You sprinkle in the run game. It hasn't been what we want to see, but I mean, what they're going for 4.5 yards a pop in the Giants game, and then almost 5 yards a pop in the Ravens game. So, and then you sprinkle a little bit of the rookie Brashard Smith in there. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. They're growing, but then we get Xavier Worthy back, and that just made a huge difference. It really did. It was the first time the Chiefs looked like the Chiefs offense that we're used to seeing. Explosive plays, spreading the ball around, stretching the defense out. It opens up everything else. It opens up multiple people getting multiple targets and receptions. It opens up the run game. Mahomes looked comfortable. The line looked the best it has all season. And I was just like, that is when it's clicking on all cylinders. You cannot be stopped, right? But there's still some things they need to work on. With that being said, 3rd down conversions still low. Gotta bump that percentage up. Didn't they go for 4 for 4 on 4th downs and they got all 4? I mean, our play calling should be based on we're gonna go for it on 4th down. I'm just saying, but we gotta up the red zone, the 3rd down conversions, and I would love the run game still isn't where it should be. I would like to see more runs broken off, like big runs, like chunk plays. Like, yeah, the 4 and 5 yards of pop is still good. Every couple runs you can get one where you break it off, 15, 20, 25 yards. Oh my God, that would be amazing, right? I still like what I see. I mean, Mitch Holt just said it better. If you get 4 yards a carry, you're getting a first down every 3rd play. And I'm okay with that. I really am. Would you like to see, like, the run game, like, them bust out big runs like a Saquon Barkley does? Yes. But here's the thing that I don't think anybody talks about when it comes to the run game. I don't think it's something they spend a lot of time practicing. Like, I'm not at practice, so I can't say for sure. But just watching it, Andy Reid's offense is always a pass first offense, right? So they're always working on the pass game. They're always working on pass protection. The offensive line's working on pass protection. They're working on pass plays. They're doing all this. So when it comes to the run, I don't know if they're spending a lot of time practicing that. Like, to be good at something like the running game, it's something you have to put an effort into getting better at. You can't just say, hey, we're going to run the ball 20 times this week. But if you really don't practice it, it ain't going to translate out onto the field. You can't just be like, hey, we're running the ball. We're going to commit to the run this week. Okay, that's great. But did you actually practice it? That's what I would love to know. Like, that's why the Eagles are so good at running the ball, right? They're not the best passing team. Like, Jalen Hurts not the best passer. I mean, he's averaging 150 yards a game. But when they run the ball, they're very good at it because that's what they practice. That's what they're good at. It's like if you're going to get good at something, you have to practice it and then go apply it into the game. So I don't know. That's just something they just need to continue to work at practice. And then if you keep working at it, it will show in the game. Just like how they're good at fucking passing the ball. They work on it all the time. To be a good running team, you got to work on it. You do got to work on it. But I don't know how that goes about a practice. But they just got to continue to work on it in practice so it can show in the game. I would love to see more Rashad Smith in the game getting touches. I think he's really got a burst. And I would love to see more of him getting runs, getting passes out of the backfield. You mix him in with Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco. I'm like, let's fucking go. But if this is the version of the passing game we're going to see moving forward, especially when Rashid Rice comes back in 14 days, the rest of the league's got to be worried. I mean, the ceiling is sky high once this unit starts to in Rashid Rice. I'm not saying Rashid Rice is going to come here in the first game or two. Is this going to be lights out? I think it's going to take him a couple games to get it figured out and situated. But once he does, the league is cooked. My nephew said it. If this is the Chiefs offense, plus when Rashid Rice comes back and he gets back into the flow of things, he said the league is cooked. That's quoting my nephew, Dom. Shout out to Dom Orozco. You should give him a follow on Instagram. He's in college right now at what is that college? Southwestern? He's in college running track right now. He's in his sophomore year running track at Southwestern College. It's near Wichita. It's like just 20 minutes south of Wichita, something like 40 like 20-40 minutes south of Wichita. So he's running track. Give him a follow. Go support my nephew Dom, who's in track right now, doing things. He needs to go get an NIL deal for real. I'm just saying. Like, somebody go sponsor my guy Dom Orozco in college, right? Southwestern College in Winfield, Kansas. That's where my nephew goes. He runs track. So go give him a follow. If there's any businesses out there that want to, sponsor a kid just trying to do big things, go sponsor my nephew Dom. Hit him up on Instagram. Just look for Dominic Orozco. But let's get back to it. So to shift over to the other side of the ball, right? The offense, they're trying to figure itself out, trying to find itself. But I feel like aside from probably the first game of the season against the Chargers, which we still had chances to win that game. Aside from that game, the defense has been rock solid all season long, right? I know, like, you can look at the play, like if Chris Jones keeps outside contain, we get a chance. We probably get the ball back. They probably don't convert on that 3rd and 14. We probably get the ball back, go down, get a chance to score. I thought they played real well against the Eagles, right? I know there was the one pass that McDuffie would have liked to have back that it was after the interception, and Jalen Hurts just threw a 50-50 ball up. I think it was Devontae Smith. And then McDuffie, I think he tried to turn around and fell down. I think if he gets that ball knocked down, I think at that point that would have held him to a field goal, and then we would have had a good opportunity to go down and win that game, even after the interception. But they completed that pass, score a touchdown. I still think the defense played well in that game. And then the Giants game, I thought they played well. And then in the Ravens game, I thought they even played better. I think they're one of the reasons we've been in these games. Maybe not so much the Chargers game, but still, they held them and got our team the ball back for offense. We were able to go down and score. It's just, there was that one play, and there was the one play against the Eagles, but then they've been lights out against the Giants and the Ravens, right? And if we didn't have the defense we had, I don't think we're sitting here at 2-2. We could be sitting here at 1-3. I think we're probably 1-3 at the worst. I don't think we'd be sitting here at 0-4. But the defense has been playing lights out, right? They're getting pressure, whether it's blitzing or, they're getting pressure. The secondary is playing lights out. They're tackling better. I mean, fucking Leo Chenal's out here fucking guarding fucking wide receivers down the field, making interceptions. I don't know where this cat Noel Williams came from, but he's just out here. I heard McDuffie on the radio the other day when he was being interviewed. He was talking about, like, yeah, that's one of my guys. Like, he's out there on the island just fucking shutting down their best wide receiver. And I'm like, where did this Noel Williams cat come from, right? And you just got the defense is just fucking gelling. I think maybe the only thing you would like to see from the defense is just get pressure with the front four without having to blitz. But I mean, that's what the Chiefs do. They like to blitz. They like to do different blitzes. And there's going to be times when Spags dials up that perfect pressure blitz and is like, oh my God, that was fucking amazing. I think we saw that in the Giants game where Spags dialed up this blitz and he just brought the fucking house, and they didn't know what to do with it. I'm just like, that's Spags for you right there, bro. But, the defense has been there. They've been there from the jump, minus probably the Chargers game. And, the offense is just starting to click. Special teams, the return game, the kickoff return game. I mean, past Sunday against the Ravens, what the fuck I'm out here about to just getting us good field position. The return with the punt return game, good field position. I don't even think we punted, but once. Did we just punt once on Sunday? We punted once. That's the type. That's the type of game you always want to have where you don't see your fucking punter at all, right? So I'm just happy we're trending up in the right direction offensively. The defense has been trending up. Special teams is trending up. But that brings me to my next point. Harrison Butker. It's something that we should watch, right? It's something we got to watch. We all know Harrison Butker has been money in the past. I mean, like, you got to think back to the 13-second game. We get the 2 plays, we get in field goal range. He's got to hit this. It's cold outside. He hits it. It goes over the upright. We go into overtime. We win that game against the Buffalo Bills, on to the AFC Championship game. But there's been other kicks where we've needed him, and he's nailed it. In those big moments, he has been clutch. He has been the best kicker in the league. I would say the last 4 or 5 seasons, he has been the best kicker. I mean, people probably want to put Justin Tucker, but I'd probably put previous seasons before that. I think like the last 4 or 5 seasons, Harrison Butker has been the best kicker in the league. But this season, he has missed kicks in all of his games, whether it's been field goals or extra points. That's things that used to feel automatic, they now feel shaky, right? Against the Ravens, 52-yarder. In years past, that's a lock. Now it's wide. It's hitting the crossbar. It's like, what are we doing? And it's happening on extra points as well. Like, I don't know if it's something we just, I don't know if it's something that, it's nothing the Chiefs can do about it now. It's just something that he has to be able to work through and fix, right? And I have read and I've heard people say that when he's kicking, he changed the way he plants on his plant leg to protect himself from injury. If that's the case, that maybe that's it. Maybe it's maybe it's in his head now. But when you start missing regularly, it will start to get in your head. And it's not just him. I've seen kickers across the league miss field goals, extra points, and I've been seeing a lot more blocks. I don't know what it is, but this is Harrison Butker, and we need him to be reliable. There are going to be games this year where it comes down to a 50-yarder with everything on the line. And right now, I don't have that same confidence I used to. I don't know if he needs to go back to the way he used to plant, but that could potentially get him injured. I just think he's a professional. He's going to work through it. He's going to figure it out because he has to, because you can't afford to leave points on the board, especially against teams like the Bills. To me, it's the Bills. It's the Bills and the Chiefs. And then when you play your division opponents like the Broncos and the Chargers, even when Jacksonville's playing pretty decent right now, so going against them, you gotta have when you go, especially when you play the Lions. You can't afford missed field goals. Even you can't afford missed extra points. When you score a touchdown, you gotta have the extra point. Gotta be automatic. When you have the field goal, when the game's on the line, gotta be able to be like, we got confidence. I have confidence he would get it figured out. He'll get it figured out. He knows what he needs to work on. Listen, all these guys, we say, everybody, fans and analysts say it all the time. These guys need to work on these things. They know what they need to work on. They watch the film. They watch the previous game. When they play on Sunday and they go to Monday, they watch the game. They watch film because the eye in the sky don't lie. They know what they need to work on. They know what they need to do, and they're going to figure it out. So I have faith he'll get it figured out. But right now, you're like that. You see him kick, you're like, okay, good. He went in, right? So with that said, we gotta look ahead. We gotta look at what's next, right? So we have the second quarter of the season, or we have part 2 of the season. This is part 2 of the regular season. The next 4 games is the Jags, the Lions, the Raiders, the Commanders. That's 2 AFC games, 2 NFC games, and one of those AFC games is the division game, your second division game. The goal, to go 3-1. Ideally, 4-4. At 2-2, that would put the Chiefs in great position heading into the second half of the year. So if they go 3-1, that puts them at 5-3. Right? If they go 4-0, that puts them at 6-2. So we want to go right there. If you got to get the game, I think you got to get the 2 games against the AFC opponents, because one of them is a division, and AFC conference matters more than NFC conference, and you got to get both of those games. Those games you have to win. The Jags and the Raiders, you have to win. Now, when it comes to the Lions and Commanders, I want to win both of them. But you got to get at least one of those. Like I said, 3-1. Ideally, 4-4 in the next 4 games, right? You can go 5-3 or 6-2. That's where you need to be at the end of the next part of this season, after the next 4 games. The key is building on what we saw against the Ravens, defensively, offensively, and special teams. Offense has got to keep the rhythm. The defense, keep the defense steady, keep trending up, and figure out the kicking game. The rest of the special team, and when I mean the kicking game, I mean field goals and extra points. Kickoffs are fine. Punting's fine. I don't even remember. I only saw the punter once, I think, on Sunday, and the return game has been fabulous so far. But we figure out the field goal and extra point game, I think we'll be fine, And by the midway point, I think the Kansas City Chiefs will be right where they need to be, in the driver's seat, in the next 4 games. Because, like I said, we get Rashid Rice back in 14 days. Basically, he'll be back. So we got the Jags, the Lions. So he'll be back for that Raiders game, if I'm understanding this correctly. I'd have to look it up. But I could swear I heard the other day on the radio, 14 days, Rashid Rice comes back. I mean, he's already back at the practice facility, but he can't practice with the team, but he can be at the facility in meetings. So that's good that he's able to do that. He's probably, I wonder if he gets to work out like in the weight room and maybe do some cardio and things like that, on the treadmill or elliptical, whatever. But it's going to be something. It's going to be a sight to behold when he comes back and he gets in the flow of things. And then he watch out. We got to watch out. You're going to watch out. The league is going to be put on notice by the Kansas City Chiefs. So, that wraps up today's episode. The Chiefs are 2-2, but the story isn't the losses, it's the potential. There are a handful of plays, in my opinion, from being 4-0. 3-1, 4-0 in the first 4 games. The defense is already elite. The offense finally looked like itself this past Sunday against the Ravens. Add Rashid Rice back into the mix. Get the kicking game straightened out. And the team is dangerous. It really is. On all 3 phases of the ball. The team will be fucking dangerous. I don't think the league is safe. I really don't. If the Chiefs keep trending upward, especially offensively, the league is cooked. I'm going to say the league is cooked. Right? So I'm excited. We got Monday Night Football. Let's fucking go. It's fucking Red Friday. Taylor Swift album out today. Dropped at midnight. Life of a Showgirl. I got an open house today. So we got that. I got that coming up later today. So just keep working. It's Indian Woods week. That's the team we play. I coach middle school football, Indian Hills. Shout out to the Indian Hill Knights football team. We got Indian Woods next Wednesday. And we're looking for, hey, let's do it. Got practice tomorrow. We got a morning practice tomorrow. And then I got a wrestling show. CSW at the Shrine in Overland Park. It's really right down there. It's literally like 5-minute drive, 2-minute drive from the house. So I'm excited about that. And then probably later today, I'm going to put up some Halloween stuff. I had the day off from work today. I just needed a day off. So I took Friday off and got some stuff done. And I'm probably going to go put up some Halloween stuff after this. And then get some other stuff done. But I'm excited. It's going to be a fun weekend. Sunday, just going to chill, probably finish the rest of the Halloween stuff. But I just want to thank you for tuning in to the Adam Kennedy Show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Share your thoughts on the 2-2 start. Chiefs fans, Chiefs Kingdom. And let me know what you're expecting out of the next 4 games. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.